to order for December 27, 2023, and for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic, and a nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Roll call, Mr. Troxel.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. We have Councilman Rob Getzloff,
Present.
Councilwoman Robin Arvanitis,
Here.
Councilman Kevin Conley,
Present.
Councilman Caleb Johnson,
Present by go-to-meeting.
Councilman Thomas Schmidt. Here. Attorney David Austin. Present. Fire Chief Robert Patterson. Police Chief Pete Somas.
Here.
Park Superintendent John Novosich.
Here.
IT Robbie Hansen. Public Works Director Chad Nondorf.
Here.
Director of Operations Andy Hansen. Town Manager Jim Gorman.
Here.
Recording Secretary Robin Teal. And Clerk Treasurer Michael Troxel present.
Thank you, Mr. Troxel. The Water Board consists of three members, myself, Councilman Kevin Conley, and Councilwoman Robin Arvanitis. So at this time, we will remove Councilman Caleb and Councilman Tom Schmidt from the roll call for this meeting. Claims, are there any additional claims, Mr. Troxel?
No claims at all, Mr. President.
Pleasure of the board.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I don't think Mr. Schmidt is on the waterworks.
Motion is 3-0. Any reports from staff?
No report.
Okay.
No, sir.
Public comment regarding agenda items? Water Board only? Okay, we'll move on from there. There is no old business. Under new business, Resolution 2023-2 is a resolution to transfer funds within a category of appropriations. Mr. Troxel?
Yes, Mr. President, these transfers here are some transfers that we do on a monthly basis, but this is more especially important now because it's the end of year transfers that we're clearing up our end of year totals as we roll into next year.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pleasure of the board.
Motion to approve Resolution 2023-2.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
At this time, I will take any business from the floor regarding waterworks. Any business from the floor regarding waterworks? Any business from the floor regarding waterworks? Hearing none, this meeting is adjourned. We'll move now into redevelopment.
Call to order the Redevelopment Commission special meeting for Wednesday, December 27th, 2023. The time is 5:32 p.m. The Redevelopment Commission is comprised of the entire council, so we'll bring in council members Tom Schmidt and Caleb Johnson into the roll call. I don't see any claims. Mr. Troxel, do you have any to add to the agenda tonight?
No claims here, Mr. President.
Okay, any reports from staff on redevelopment?
No reports.
Thank you. Council members, any reports? No report. Any public comments regarding redevelopment at all? Any public comments? No. Moving on. We have no old business. We have no new business. Any business from the floor regarding redevelopment? Any business from the floor? Hearing none, this meeting is adjourned.
I'd like to call to order the Utility Board special meeting for Wednesday, December 22nd, 2023 at 5:33 p.m. The roll call remains the same as the previous meeting of the Redevelopment Commission. Are there any claims, Mr. Troxel?
No claims, Madam President.
Are there any reports?
No reports.
Do we have any public comments regarding agenda items for the Utility Board? Any public comments? Seeing none, there is also no old business. We do have new business. Item A, Resolution 2023-17, a resolution to transfer funds within appropriation, a category of appropriations.
Madam President, thank you. Yes, this is as we did in the Water Board meeting. These are transfers that we're clearing up for the end of the year here as we roll into 2024.
Thank you.
Motion to approve 2023-17 resolution.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Is there any business from the floor regarding the Utility Board special meeting? Any business from the floor? Seeing and hearing none, this meeting is adjourned.
Good evening. I'd like to call the Town Council special meeting for Wednesday, December 27th at 5:35 PM. The roll call stays the same as the utility board. Is there any additional claims, Mr. Troxel?
No claims at this time for the town council meeting, Mr. President.
Any reports? I'll start to my left. Chief Patterson, any reports? Chief Stormaz?
Nothing tonight.
Our Park Superintendent, John Novosich?
No report.
Our Public Works, Chad Nondorf?
Nothing.
Our Operation Manager, Annie Hansen? Town Manager, Jim Gorman?
No reports, Mr. President.
Thank you. Any reports from council members?
One request, Mr. President, that when we get to the board appointments, that we read and vote on each one separately, please. Thank you.
Next item is,
Mr. President, if I have a report here on encumbrances. If you
oh,
would
I'm sorry,
mind.
Mr. Johnson,
Okay,
go ahead.
it's not normal I have these, but for the encumbrances we're carrying over for purchase orders into the 2024 year, State Board requires that we report this number, and that number is $3,388,199.30. Compared to what we encumbered last year, it's a little bit higher, but last year we encumbered $2,968,032.80. It's a difference of $420,166.50. And that difference basically is some of the new vehicles that we purchased. We have some purchase orders for the vehicles and also accessories that are being carried over into the new year. So that's just a report.
Thank you, Mr. Troxel. Any other comments, any other reports? We'll move right into is there any public comments regarding agenda items? Any public comments regarding agenda items? Any public comments regarding agenda items? We'll move in, there's no old business, we'll move right into new business. Item A is Resolution 2023-18 is a resolution to transfer funds within a category of appropriations. Mr. Troxel?
Yes, Mr. President, again, this is a cleanup of the, of all our funds for the year end as we roll into 2024. To clean up, make sure we have positive balances that we end our year on. There are some larger ones in here that, mostly the new debt we took on for our vehicles that's included in here. That's some of the reasons why some of these are larger. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Troxel.
Motion to approve resolution 2023-18.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 5-0. Item B is consider approval to purchase property located at 403 Junction Avenue, Schererville, Indiana, from the Stephen J. Orban and Bernadine D. Orban Revocable Family Trust in the amount of $288,100, and to authorize the town manager, director of operations, clerk treasurer, and town attorney to finalize the execution of documents. This has to do with the Kennedy Avenue extension. Mr. Gorman?
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a small 1-acre parcel at the corner of Junction and Kennedy Avenue. It's part of Phase 2 of the Kennedy Avenue expansion project, and this entire property is needed for the project. You can see on the screen, it's the parcel in purple, and that's where Junction and Kennedy, the new Kennedy, will meet.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So moved.
And that's going to be a roundabout there, right?
No, it's going to be a light.
That's going to be a light.
Yeah. And it'll be further south.
Okay.
Motion to approve?
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. Item C is consider approval to purchase property located at 344 Kennedy Avenue, Schererville, Indiana, from the Clifford J. Purnell Sr. in the amount of $303,800, and to authorize the town manager, director of operations, clerk treasurer, and town attorney to finalize the execution of the documents on Kennedy. This is also the Kennedy Avenue extension.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, this is a property located on the west side of Kennedy Avenue, just north of Oak Street, and it's also an entire parcel take. And it's also shown up on the screen in purple as well. Not a take, I'm sorry, a purchase.
Do we already own the red ones? Is that what the red ones are?
No, we own the green ones. Red ones are
So the
still
red-
being sought after.
Thank you, Mr. Fong.
You're welcome.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0.
Sure. Could you-
Mr. Austin?
Did Councilman Johnson's vote get registered? Can you
Yes.
hear him?
Caleb,
I listened to the previous one and didn't quite hear him. I wanted to make sure his vote's heard.
did you approve on those, on your vote?
I voted yes in favor of both. I was a little quiet, sorry.
Thank you,
The motion carries 5-0 on both B and C.
Caleb.
Yep.
Item D is the election of our board members and our appointments.
Mr. President, I was ready to read these as all in one motion.
Okay.
Mr. President, I'll just restate that I prefer that they be read individually and voted on individually for the record. I don't know who's being nominated. I may not be in favor of some, I may be in favor of all, I don't know.
Yeah, you'll be able to state which ones you're not.
Okay, so I'll read them and then we'll do roll call.
Yes.
Okay. So the beginning is the election of the 2024 Town Council officers. As president, I'd like to nominate Tom Schmidt. This is a motion. Are we voting on each one?
No, just read them.
And vice president, Rob Getzloff.
Motion to approve.
No.
No?
I'll just read the
We're
whole
stopped.
list.
Oh, you're just going to read?
Read the whole
You want me to
list, yes.
continue through the whole
Yes.
list? Okay. So I'm going to go back just so everybody's clear. The election of the 2024 Town Council officers. As president, I would like to nominate Tom Schmidt. As vice president, Rob Getzloff. Moving on to the Utility Board, 2024, president and vice president. For president, Robin Arvanitis. For vice president, Rob Getzloff. For the Redevelopment Commission, 2024, for president, Kevin Conley. For vice president, Tom Schmidt. Redevelopment Commission non-voting member to be confirmed by the Lake Central School Board, Nicole Kelly. Next, the Waterworks Board, 2024. This is a 3-year term appointment from the Town Council. It needs to be an R, Kevin Conley. Waterworks President, Rob Getzloff. Waterworks Vice President, Robin Arvanitis. Next, the attorney for the Town Redevelopment Commission, Waterworks Board, Utility Board, Town Council, EDC, and Town Court, David Austin from the firm of Austin, Kuiper, and DeCitis. Next, the attorney for the Plan Commission, Board of Zoning Appeals, and Park Board, Alfredo Estrada from the law firm of Burke, Costanza, and Carberry. Next, the attorney for the Board of Safety, also Alfredo Estrada from the law firm of Burke, Costanza, and Carberry. Next, town engineer, Neil Simstad from Nice Engineering. Moving on to the appointments for the Planning Commission members for 2024. The first appointment is a D, a 4-year term, Tom Koros. Plan Commission staff member for a 1-year term, Tom Anderson. Plan Commission staff member number 2 for a 1-year term, Chris Rack. Plan Commission staff member number 3 for a 1-year term, Miles Long. Next, the Board of Zoning and Appeals, 2024, 1 appointment, a 4-year term, Rick Kalinsky. We have a resignation appointment, a non-Plan Commission member, term ending in 12/31 of 2024, Michael O'Rourke. A Park Board appointment for 2024, a 4-year term, must be a D, Jennifer Wilson. Moving on, appointment for the Board of Safety 2024. One appointment must be a D for a 3-year term expiring 12/31 of '26. George Koros. Another appointment, for a D for a 3-year term expiring 12/31/26. Dave Jaruzelski. We have one resignation appointment for a term expiring 12/31/2024, must be an R. Giovanni Vitkus. Appointing a Southcom PSAP executive member for a 1-year term, Jim Gorman. Appointing a liaison to the Park Board, the Park Foundation, and the Park Department, Robin Arvanitis. Appointing a liaison to the Public Works Department, Tom Schmidt. Appointing a liaison to the Board of Safety, the Fire Department, and the Police Department, Tom Schmidt. Appointing a liaison to the Wastewater Treatment Plant, Caleb Johnson. Appointing a liaison to the Plan Commission and Zoning of Appeals, Robin Arvanitis. Appointing the Northwest Indiana Regional Planning Commission, or NERPC appointment, Tom Schmidt. Appointing the Lake County Solid Waste Management District appointment, Robin Arvanitis. Appointing the liaison to the Lake Central School Board, Mike Troxel and his office. Appointing a liaison to the Lake County Drainage Board, Rob Getzloff. And lastly, appointing a liaison to the Schererville Chamber of Commerce, Mike Troxel and his office. This was my motion.
Mr. President, specifically for the Board of Safety, I did have a nominee. This is a Republican seat.
We have a motion on the floor.
Yeah, I second.
We have a motion and a second.
So specifically, the Safety Board members, I vote against the 2 Democrat appointments, and I did have a nominee for,
Hold on. We have a motion. We have a second. Roll call,
we had
Mr.
discussion at
Troxel.
this point.
Roll call, Mr. Troxel, on a motion and a second.
There was a request for additional dialogue. You can reject that, of course, but there was a request for additional comment. Just want to make the record.
Yeah, he'll have his comment.
Okay.
He will on his vote. We have a motion. We have a second on the floor. Roll call, Mr. Troxel.
Counselor, are we ready to take a roll call? I thought there was discussion there.
Motion and second. It was my understanding there was still dialogue or debate being had, and the chair has rejected that. And called for the roll.
Well, his comment will come on his vote. Yes.
It can,
Yeah.
sure, it can.
Thank you. Councilman Johnson?
I vote no as to several of the appointments. Specifically, I vote no as to the appointments for liaison to the Board of Zoning Appeals and the Plan Commission. Robin Arvanitis was those positions last year and hadn't attended even one meeting that I saw her at, and I attended all of those as far as I can remember. The appointment to the Park Board, Jen Wilson is my opponent in the general election, and I'm assuming that's just a political appointment just to try and get her some publicity. Giovanni Vitkus, the husband of my opponent in the primary on the Board of Safety, I vote against that as well. I believe that he's not a true Republican and should not be appointed in a position without Republican input, which the Democrats are attempting to do here today. So I vote against all of those appointments.
Next is Councilman Conley.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Troxel. So my votes are, in regard to the Board of Safety, I vote against the 2 Democrat appointments. And as I said, early on, I'd hoped that we would read and vote on each item individually, but that didn't happen. But I do, as I mentioned, I did have a nominee for the Republican resignation, and that wasn't heard at all. So I'm forced to vote no for the 3 Safety Board appointments.
Councilwoman Arvanitis.
My vote is yes.
Councilman Rob Getzloff.
Yes.
Councilman Tom Schmidt.
Yes. Motion carries 3-2 on all the appointments except the noted appointments on the Safety Board.
Up the board is safe.
There's clarification being sought here about the vote.
Mr. Getzel?
No, I was just asking Mr. Austin that the
Correct.
vote would actually be 5-0 on everything except the Board of Safety. That would be a 3-2 vote.
That's what I said.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
misunderstood, or I didn't hear.
There's 4-0 vote, there's 4-1 votes.
Yeah, I voted against the appointments to the Board of Zoning Appeals, the liaison to the Board of Zoning Appeals, and the liaison to the Plan Commission as well.
Is that clear now?
Yes.
Yes. That's clear, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Robin, did you get that? Oh, thank you.
Next item is business from the floor. Is there any comments from the floor? Please step up and name and address. Thank you. Sir.
My name's Anthony Farrar. I live at 1429 St. Andrews, Schererville. Been a resident 12 years. What I just witnessed in that last vote, frankly, was the most disgusting display of partisan politics over public safety that I ever thought I may not live to see as a member of this community. And you should be ashamed of yourself.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any other comments from the floor? This meeting is adjourned.